today. It seems like his burst is pretty ridiculous.
I think Bailey's a phenomenal pass rusher. He's a great person. And as always, I'm excited to have anybody on the team, but he's one person that stands out from the way he walks, talks, the way he approaches his work day in and day out as a rookie. I'm excited to see what he does this season.
What was the reaction when he beat that double team for the sack today in practice?
Obviously, that's another phenomenal play, but I feel like he can do that play in and play out. I feel like he has the motor. No matter who's in front of him, he can get past them. Like you said, it was 2 people. I feel like he could beat 3 people the way he works. He's diligent about his efforts, and again, I'm excited to see what he does.
You were transparent about how you wanted to be better than last season. How has that impacted your approach to training camp this year?
I say it doesn't matter what day it is. I always strive to be better than I was yesterday, better than I was in the past. But I feel like, it's just a chip on my shoulder. Obviously, I want to be the best that I can be for the man next to me, for this whole team. And I feel like I put myself in a good position in the spring leading into training camp.
With that in mind, just how can a guy like Demario Davis make you a better player?
He's just so smart. And, again, he's another diligent person. In between periods, when we get a break, when special teams going on, he's just doing nothing but teaching me everything he knows, whether it's pass rush moves, whether he's trying to help me put my eyes in the right spot, just telling me what to look for when formations come out. So, again, he's just a person who just wants to be here and help everybody. And it's not just me. He takes his time to go around to each person, ask them how their day is, how they're doing in life, how they're doing with football, do they know the playbook. So, again, just having a person like that, to your question, again, that just makes you want to be better.
Have you sought out that advice or that relationship building with Demario, or did he kind of just bring that to you?
Obviously, the way we actually got to meet each other was our team chaplain told me about him. Him and Demario Davis have a relationship from previous. So, he explained to me how he's such a good person. And then God willingly, he brought him to our team. So, obviously, the first time we got to meet, it was just basically like we always knew each other. I've heard many great things about him. And, I went up and introduced myself to him. And then, again, he's just open arms. Whatever you ask him, you can ask him at any point of the day. He's not afraid to answer your questions, and he's going to give you the best answer he can.
Is anything different with Aaron now, the way he's calling the defense, now that he's calling the defense? Do you see any difference in him?
You can feel his passion. From the day he got here, you can feel it. But this year, I'll say our slogan for this year is just to be attention to detail. So, anything he sees out on the field, he's going to make sure he nips it right there, because what we got our goals set on this year, we can't let anything slip. And I appreciate him for the way he goes about his day, the way he coaches us. And, again, it's just making everybody better. You don't ever want to make a mistake, but he's going to make sure he corrects it, and then he's going to teach you.
And not playing the middle, playing a different position, does that free you up at all to, to maybe just instinct and go kind of thing?
Most definitely. We got bigger bodies in the trenches this year, and I feel like they're doing a great job as well. Like you mentioned, David, guys on the edge, they're collapsing the pocket, they're getting upfield, they're rushing great. And just moving to a different position, it's about getting a feel. So the instincts will come. Right now it's just getting a feel for it. And I feel like, again, it's moving in the right direction. So as we get pads on and stuff like that, I feel like that's when I'll be able to take my shots and understand what I'm getting in front of me and when I can go and when I can't.
What about that spot and the demands that it has in lets defense fit your skills?
I feel like, last year where I struggled a little bit was in pass coverage. And I feel like this offseason, I took it upon myself to make sure I correct those things. So now I'm put in a position to where a lot of the times I'm put in those positions again. I'm out in coverage. So, again, it just gives me the chance to show my athletic ability and do better than I did last time.
How did you do that? How did you go about fixing those things? What did you do?
Again, just watching myself on tape, watching other guys who have done it correctly, who've done it the right way, who've been successful. I go back and watch Quan Alexander's tape. I watch some of Quincy's tape. I watch a lot of good guys or guys who I feel that I can learn from. So, again, this offseason, this summer, just whether I was by myself or with people, just being diligent, being in tuned into what I need to focus on, my hands, my feet, my first step, my eyes. And I feel like, again, they go hand in hand with each other, and I've been progressing well.
You'll have fans in the stands next time you guys are on the field and for a practice. What do you think that'll be like? What kind of reception are you expecting? And
Say that again?
He brings the fans at
Yes.
practice on Saturday when you guys are back out there. What kind of reception are you expecting, and what kind of energy does that bring?
It definitely brings a lot of energy. But it's no different if it's Sunday, if it's Monday, if it's training camp. It doesn't matter if there's nobody in the stands. I feel like everybody's just going out there with the focus just to get better. You can't worry about the outside noise. You can't worry about who's in the stands, whether it's my mom or it's a season holder ticket Jet fan. You just got to go out there, be focused, do your job, and make sure you got better that day.
Jowon, how good can the defensive tackle rotation be this year with all the talent you have in that room?
It's kind of hard to put an answer to that because the sky's the limit. I'm a big proponent of, pursue excellence and then you fall to greatness, and that's kind of how we feel in that room. I mean, there's so many different guys that bring so many different things, including myself, from top to bottom, so it's nothing but excitement there for us.
From Daryl Jackson, I know he was out there today. He seems like he's a big dude for.
No, he's a big dude. I mean, that's an understatement. He's real rangy, extremely athletic, and he has a passion for a ball and a knack for finding the ball too. And that's something that, again, kind of to that point, it's kind of hard to put a pinpoint on how high that potential can be for us. But it's a beautiful thing to see out there. Guys kind of getting into the routine of everything. It's his first camp and all that, but it's fun to see those guys do that as well.
Like now with Aaron calling the defense.
No, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I heard Wood say something. I think he said he's just extremely passionate, and you can kind of feel that passion and that focus. It's kind of permeated through everything. And I say the same thing with Coach Duke, too. It's kind of like everybody is focused towards, again, pursuing that excellence. And, that's kind of something that's permeating throughout the whole team.
All right. How comfortable are you feeling now that you've almost been here a full year and, getting acclimated to the defense and the teammates?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say comfortable. I'm the type of person, to where I'm in a growth mindset. So the minute you feel comfortable is the minute you feel complacent. For me, it's just a matter of working toward a goal every day on a personal level, pursuing that goal. You hit that goal, great. You work towards another one. You don't hit that goal that day, not so great, but you learned something why you didn't hit that goal. And that's kind of how I approach every day. That's how I approach every meeting. And it's really big. I'm really big on not falling into that comfortable aspect of it. Now, again, I know the guys a little bit more, so yeah, I'm more comfortable cracking jokes and everything on the team. But, approaching work and being comfortable are two things that are really, it's not really in my vocabulary.
When you get traded like you were last year, is that always kind of in the back of your mind at this time of year?
I mean, I think, especially. I'm not trying to send you. No. I mean, you got guys like Myles Garrett getting traded to, the Rams or whatever. Anybody can get traded. And, that just is, I said it last year, that's the excitement in the league. It adds that fire underneath your belly to keep going out there, like I said, not being complacent, continuing to work so you can prove that you have a spot at the club you are at. And that's really big for me.
So, what's been your experience like with Carl Dunbar so far? What kind of coach is he? Very
knowledgeable. Again, fired up about the job, fired up about coaching. And, he's just the type of really hands-on coach. He'll get in there and show us, exactly what he wants us to do, along with the clips of guys doing it back to Craig and Joe 1980, But, yeah, I mean, he's very knowledgeable in the game.